Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be sort of a shopping my stash, because you know what, I have been talking about the Smoke Show palette from ColourPop quite a bit on my new makeup releases videos, or comparing it to other releases and whatever, and I have seen a lot of creators really loving this palette, and I've been tempted so much to buy it because I really think that it would be good to have one palette like this, just a 9-pan palette that is just that black and brown and silver and maybe like a white shimmer or something like this. Did I say black and brown? Black and gray. In case I said black and brown, I meant of course black and gray and silver and white. Anyway, so now I did not buy the palette. I had it in my shopping cart so many times and I never pulled the trigger because I don't know, I had no reason, I just didn't. Alright, so now today I'm going to try to recreate a look that I would imagine I would be able to create with the Smoke Show palette or any similar palette, and I'm going to use the things that I have. So that is of course a very smart thing to do, which we should all do, obviously. Does that mean that I don't want that palette anymore? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, today for the grays and the matte black, I'm going to use the EYN Bright Matte palette from Beauty Bay, this one right here, and these are shades that I have not used yet. So here you have a lighter gray, a mid-tone gray, and a black, and then here you have a white matte just in case, you know? So this palette actually I have only used twice. Once when I filmed my first impression, and then one time off camera. So that is a shame. I'm sorry. Alright, then I was looking for a silver, and I do have a very light silver actually from ColourPop, which is I think called on a whimsical. Do I have that here? Can I show you? Where is it? I don't know. It's somewhere here. I'm not gonna dig it out now. I used that for the gray look that I did for Nikki Raven. If you remember, a couple of weeks back, I did like a very winged out gray, cut crease kind of a thing, gray and black and whatever. So that that's the one. But I don't want to use the same thing. I want to use something that I haven't used in a while. So today for the gray or for the silver, I'm going to use the Chocolate Gold palette from Too Faced. And here we have a very phone. Okay, here we have actually a very nice beautiful silver shade that I want to use, and this palette smells so good. Oh, I don't know if I can work like this. When makeup smells like food, you know, it is a real thing for me. It's hard because food is an issue, as you know. Alright, so the Festival palette by Juvia's Place will be providing the very white snowy shimmer that I want to have, and I think that's it. So I think we're gonna just zoom in and try to create like a very grungy, dark, but sort of classy black, gray, white look. That's what we're gonna do today. Okay, lovelies, you're gonna get some music now, which is you're so lucky. I wish I could have music here, but I always of course have to do the non-copyrighted music, and I would love to just play the music that I love, that relaxes me, that makes me happy, but I can't because of the stupid copyright. So yeah, anyway, so you're gonna have music and I don't. I'll just hear my stomach growling while I'm doing my makeup. Alright, so let's go in with the first shade, which is this one here. It's called Drizzle. And you know what, it's quite some time ago that I used this palette. I know that the mattes in, well, it's all mattes in this palette, but they are all a little bit more dry, which is not a bad thing. It's just a different style of mattes, you know. I know that, you know, people have different preferences when it comes to their mattes. Is it my most favorite formula? No, but I remember that when I did my first impression and I used it that other time off camera, that it did work pretty well. You know, I was really pleased, and I think I paid only $22 for this palette, something like that. I don't know if it was on sale or if that was the real price, but yeah, so anyway, just blabbering. Okay, so I don't remember though how they build on top of each other, because back then when I filmed my first impression, I still did my makeup the other way, you know, when I went in with the darkest shade first and then sort of slowly built up to the lighter ones and things like this. So I never really had so much to do with building shades on top of each other. So now I will really put this to the test and see how they work, you know, and maybe that will help you too in case you have been eyeing this palette. So let's just see. So blending wise, I think it is working nicely. I still have to, of course, do a little bit here, but anyway, I do think for like the first impression, just shearing out a shade, it is working nicely. I, of course, set, as always, and even if I don't say it, I always do that. I'm setting the top part here of my, under my eyebrows. Under my eyebrows is always set, just so you know, okay? So anyway, I'm just deepening up that gray a little bit. And as of what I can see now, because even if you're using the same shade, if you're going in a couple of times and putting on more layers of that same shade, it is still building up, you know? It is still building shades on top of each other, even if it is not the same color. So just saying that that is already an indication of how the shades work. It does not always need to be a different color that you're building on top of it. All right, so let me just do this also on the other side, and then we're going to go in with the next darker shade. Okay, I think it's time to go in with the next darker shade, which is this one right here. It's called Thread. Okay, so let's just deepen up the crease with that. I'm going to use just the same brush, I think, and just trying to get a little bit more depth into the look. So I think first impression of those first strokes that I'm making here with the next darker shade is that it really applies nicely on top of each other. Even though I probably, when I think about it, I probably have like 20 layers of this light gray already on. You know what I mean? It's it's good, it's buildable, okay? All right, so let's just do this here and then we'll see what we've got. I think this is very, very unusual for me, but as you probably know by now, I'm going through this stage that I'm just going to let myself try whatever I want without thinking in ways of restriction. Because I always used to just push myself in the colorful corner, and I think that is not very wise, you know, because there is so much out there. Why should I limit myself? Like a couple of months ago even, I would not have, like, let's say 1 month ago, I would have not thought that I'm going to want to like have like a very dark gray and black look, you know? Never. Never. So anyway, these mattes smooth on top of each other super, super well. So if I think that maybe you have the makeup style that you set all of your eyeshadow primer, then this is going to be so much easier even for you, because I always have to go through that a bit of an annoying stage that the first eyeshadow basically sets the eyeshadow primer. And I think this is starting to look really nice as far as grays go. Okay, next I'm going to take the Festival palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm, of course, I have to use this super, super snowy white shade. I love this one so much. It's probably my favorite shade in the palette. It's also the one that I've used so much more than any other shade in that palette. So anyway, I'm going to spray it. And then, of course, we're going to put that here in the inner corners and dragging it up a little bit. I'm really, really excited about this look. You know? You know, there is another shade that I could have used, but that is leaning a little bit more towards the gold, a tiny hint. And that is the white sparkly shimmer shade in the Kaleidos Makeup turquoise, electro turquoise. Wait, is it? I have it here, I think. Here. This one. This one I could have used too. This one, the last one right here. But when you swatch it, then you see that it is sort of leaning a little bit towards the gold. And that, of course, makes it immediately warm. So I didn't want that. Anyway, while that shade is beautiful, it's just not fitting for what I wanted to create today. So I'm just going to build up this shade here, which is, what is this called? Uli. So Uli is gonna be in the inner corner. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with that silver shade from the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, which is this one, and this one is called Drippin' Diamonds. And I have not used that on myself. I've only used that once on a model that I had to make over in the style of Lady Gaga. I don't remember though, because that is quite some time ago. I don't remember how it performed so much. Plus, it's always, you know, it's different when you do it on a model. Then that is actually, wow, that is way lighter than I thought. I thought that this would be a little bit of a darker silver, but this is almost, well, it looks different than the white, at least. Well, when the light falls on it, it almost looks the same. That I did not expect. Wow, okay. So that's what we have. Now I might have to buy that palette anyway, because I don't have those grayish kind of gray silver shimmers. I don't. Or I have to live without it. Anyway, we'll see in the end if I can maybe build up the white a little bit stronger in order to make a bit of a bigger difference. But if you see, this shimmer is amazing. It looks so foiled and so wet. That is so cool. Very, very nice. I'm actually pretty impressed right now. Okay, so let me just do that on the other side, and then we're gonna see what happens with the black and all of that. Okay, I think this looks really, really cool, even though it is not what I had planned. I thought that the silver is going to be a little bit darker and make a little bit more of a splash out of that white shade that is in the corner. But it is what it is, and we're working with what we have. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the matte black, which is this one here, and this is called Illicit. So I'm going to take, I dug my finger in the pink. That's not helping. All right, I'm going to take a flat packing brush, because for a very, why do I have black on my nose? Black on my nose, pink on my finger. It's a mess. All right, I'm going to push that here in the corner, and I think again you can see how well it builds on top of the other shades. So you know what, it is always such a shame if people just judge things because they are cheaper, you know? Don't do that, because things work nicely. You just have to know how to use them. If you go in with the expectation that these are Anastasia Beverly Hills Novena 1 through 3 shades and they work like that, then you'll be disappointed, because those shades are much different. It's like a world in between. But I would not want to say that one is bad and one is the best, you know? First of all, because I don't have the experience to make that judgment, and I also wouldn't want to, you know, because it's just not true. So that's what we're doing. We're not passing judgment here, okay? I think that is sort of the look. I think I'm going to just drag the black up a little bit more and then blend it into the gray a little bit better. And then I'm just going to do a black eyeliner all around, I think also on my lower waterline, and finish my foundation. And then I'm going to come back and we'll do the rest, you know, the whole usual thing. Okay, my lovelies, we're back. I have done, of course, quite a bit already, and now I did not do blush, I did not do a highlighter, of course lips I still have to do. So now let's just do the lower lash line, and as I told you, I would put a black on my waterline, and I sort of sheared it out with a silver. This one here is from Essence, it's called C'est la Vie. It's not the best, but it's the only one I have. So I used that to sort of, in the last third, you know, take over from the black in order to open up the look a little bit. So now I think we're gonna go back into the EYN Bright Matte palette, and I think I'm gonna take the medium gray here, I think, and I'm just going to sort of blend out the black on the waterline with that gray. And I don't know if I want this to be like super dramatic. Do I want this to be super dramatic? Possibly. I don't know. Sometimes it's funny how, wait, I need a different brush, I think. Let's just take a bit of a smaller one, maybe a pencil brush, to have a little bit more control. And sometimes I feel like the look, you know, the decisions about the look, they just sort of start coming together once I'm doing it. You know, sometimes it's hard to do the decision like ahead of time. So, but I think that's an artist kind of a thing. Like if you are an artist in any kind of way, then let me know if you feel the same. Sometimes in the middle of everything, I have to change my mind. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy, you know? Yeah, so that always comes across as being a little bit like a scatterbrain or something. And when I was not yet working as a makeup artist, when I was a nurse and I needed to be like super you know, structured and everything, I still need to be, because I'm still a mom of 7, let's not forget that. But in my work now as a makeup artist, I feel way more like that now, you know, that I can let myself give this, no, I can let myself have this this space of still moving instead of making a decision and sticking to it, if that makes any sense. All right, so is that the right brush for this? Maybe not, I'm not sure. Let's just blend this out a little bit in any case. And then I think for the inner corner, I'm just going to pull in that white from the Festival palette and sort of also layer it on top of that silver on the waterline a little bit. So let's just do that. And then of course I'm putting on mascara and finding something for my lips, doing some blush and all of that. And then I'm gonna come back with the finished look. Okay, sweeties, this is the finished look, and I must say I'm actually super thrilled. As I always say, I know, but I am, because makeup is my passion and I just love what I'm doing, and every single time I'm surprising myself with what my hands can do. You know, it's for me that it's amazing. Anyway, that sounds like I'm so full of myself, but I want to really say that in modesty, that I really don't know how this is happening. You know, I really don't. So anyway, I really love the look. Let me just zoom you in a little bit for a close-up of the eye look, at least. So anyway, what do you think? Do I still need to buy, let's zoom out a little bit more. Do I still need to buy the Smoke Show palette? You know what? I think something like that maybe would be nice, because I would have loved for that second silver that we put on, the one from the Too Faced palette, I would have loved for that to be a little bit darker, to already lean a little bit more towards the black. But nevertheless, I think it turned out really well, and I had no idea that I would look so good with this. Seriously, you know, I just didn't know. I thought that only colors look good on me, but I know now that that there is so much more, and that is so much fun, and it's like 2 more worlds like plopping down on me, and I don't even know what to do with all of this. So there is a lot that I still have to learn. There's a lot that I still have to play with and experience and do. And when I think about all the hundreds of brands that I have not yet tried, that I badly want to try, because that is so exciting for me, you know, then I know there is so much more still coming, and that is so cool. Yeah. Anyway, that is what we did today, shopping our stash, because that is what normal people do, because not everybody can have everything, every new release. Obviously, as you know, my channel is not all about like having everything that is out there, even though my personality and the makeup collector in me wants that. But you know, sometimes you just have to stop yourself, because life is life, and that is real, and not everything that we think we need is real. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, so we used those 3 palettes, and I'm very happy. I did try to, you know, create this look with that. For the cheeks, I went in with the Saharan 2 blush palette from Juvia's Place, also for the blush and also for the highlighter, and I wanted to on purpose keep it very gentle and very light, because I knew that I wanted to have this kind of a lipstick with that look. So that's why, like, if you were to put on, like, go in really heavy with a dark color, I think you would be like overpowering the whole look, you know. So let me just show you what I used. I used this very light matte shade here, and then this one, which is a shimmer shade, as a highlighter. And I love this palette so much. This is made for me, seriously. So thank you, Juvia's Place. All right, you find, of course, everything that I used in the description box down below. Let me know what you think, and if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel and join me on this wild ride of like experiencing the English language, and also a lot of makeup stuff, you know, because a lot of these things are new to me, and I am so thrilled that I can share this whole like learning process and this whole journey with you. So thank you for being here. If you're new here, please join, and besides that, I'm gonna see you here super soon for my next video, and up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.